I'm Michael McCann.
My name's Maddie.
And I remember the first time when I saw Maddie was sophomore year, the first day of high school actually.
I was running late because I was an officer and so we were greeting everyone.
I was in the front row and she walked in about 10 minutes late wearing her SBO sweater, and I remember thinking that she was the hottest girl I'd seen all day.
I was like, I really think this kid in my biology class is cute. And they asked me who it was and I was like, Michael McCann. And they were like, what?
I first started liking Maddie at the Bard Fest the weekend before our junior year.
So I wasn't very interested in Michael at all.
She was always busy every time I text her, so I kind of let go of it for a little bit. And then as a little bit longer went by and I just realized that I really did like her and I wanted to try to get my feet in the door with her. And so I figured we should try to find some common interests, and we both really loved the TV show Psych. So I started making comments how we should watch it together, and then a new season started and I said that we should get together every Wednesday and watch the new episode together, so we started doing that regularly.
Was just a really good friend and we just hit it off so well, and we'd hang out all the time
and just spending time like that. And it first started out in a little group and then it became just me and her. And so that was one way that we got really close, and I kind of was able to build a friendship with her.
But he was still so sweet to me, and that really changed things for me is when he was just a gentleman. Like, he would always open the door for me. He just made me feel special like no one else had ever. And I knew that it meant a lot to him.
As the time goes on, in November, we were hanging out at Mike Brown's house, and it was snowing outside really bad.
The snow was just like gently falling, and it was just beautiful.
And we were sitting outside, and I was like, hey, everyone else knows that I like her. I'm sure people are telling her, but I had never told her up to this point. And so I told myself I was going to tell her I liked her before I left.
Hang out with our friends, and we went in front of Mike's house, and we just sat there talking in the car, and he put a song on, and he got out of the car and came to my side, and he's like, well, will you dance with me?
And I asked her if we could dance, and we both love Michael Bublé. So I put Michael Bublé on my phone speaker and just put it in my back pocket.
And he just pulled me in his arms and started dancing with me. He kept putting his cheek next to mine, and I just got the butterflies every time. And I think it scared me because I was like, crap, I might like this kid.
And she was kind of, she'd pull her cheek away and like kind of pull away, and I'd just pull her back, and we ended up dancing for probably 10 minutes, and then we sat down in the snow and got my butt super wet, and
it was just a really, really special night, and I think that we look back on that a lot. But we continue to hang out because he's my best friend, and just little by little, the more I got to know him on a deeper level, the more I just really liked the kid, and there was just always something special about him. And so kind of when I first just knew that I really, really liked him was Christmas Day.
I sang in church and she came and watched or listened.
And he sang Oh Holy Night, and I just sat there in awe. I could not believe how beautiful of a voice he had. And I just, afterwards, he walked me to my car and he said, I'd really like you to come over later tonight and spend time with my family. So I came,
we were cuddling in my downstairs on my long couch, and I had just been, taunting her, kissing her on the cheek all night, and then we finally got to the point where, like, we were just like kissing, like rubbing lips.
And I was like, no, I'm going for it. So I kissed him.
So she'll tell you that she kissed me, but it's not true. I kissed her.
Which I kissed him first. Just want to say that.
I first started loving her there was a distinct moment where we were in my front yard kicking a soccer ball around with my little brother, and we were on the grass kicking it, and someone booted it, and I ran to go get it, and I turned around and she was playing with my little brother Jared. They were just goofing off, and I just kind of sat back and had kind of just hit me across the face a feeling that this is the kind of person that I want to spend the rest of my life with, someone that's really good with kids and is just loving in every aspect. And I just sat there and watched her play with my little brother for like 2 minutes, and I never felt that way towards her until then, where I really felt a deep love for her in a different way than just a friendship.
I can't really pinpoint like a certain moment where I just knew that I loved him. It was kind of over time. The more time that I spent with him, and the more I got to know him, I just knew that I loved him. And it's a love that I've never felt for anyone else. And it's just real.
And then as time went on, just being able to talk to her in a way that I can't talk to anyone else just reaffirmed to me that I did love her. And if we ever went a day without seeing each other, it was really hard and kind of a bad day. And I don't think I ever doubted if I did love her, even when we went on to our missions. Obviously, that leaving her was the hardest part of going on my mission.
As he was preparing to go on a mission, it was really, really hard for me because I knew I'd have to go 2 years without him, without being able to call on him or just be with him all the time. But I knew it's where he needed to be. But as he was gone, I think that really gave me time to reflect on like if he really was the one. And I think the Lord knew that in order for me to go on a mission, I needed that support from Michael.
But anyways, our missions went on, and we spent a lot of time writing each other on P-days and letters through the week. And then it actually got to a point where I just asked if we could just focus on our mission.
But because of that, we're who we need to be right now, and the Lord blessed us. And when I came home, it just clicked, and I really believe it's because we put our heart into our missions, and it's meant to be.
And as soon as I saw her at the airport, I knew that I loved her again, or it never went away, and that she was someone that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And kind of had to convince her that that's how I felt again after she got home.
When I came home, I really knew that I loved Michael and wanted to be with him forever.
Her and we both just knew, and God was just, not telling us that it's not a bad thing, I guess. I don't know. That it's not wrong. And then we started going and looking at rings, and we found a couple that she really loved, and I ended up kind of like, I wanted it to be some sort of a surprise, and so even though we were looking at rings and I saw the one that she loved, I kept telling her, well, let's keep looking. let's go find, let's just see what's out there. Let's go to a couple different jewelers. And in the meantime, I had already told the jeweler I want that one, put a down payment on it, and he started making it for us. On Christmas Eve, I took her up to the Stein Eriksen Lodge for Christmas Eve dinner, and it was beautiful up there.
It was the nicest restaurant I've ever been to. It was so nice, and they put us right by the fireplace, and it was just perfect, and the food was amazing, and it was just really good to spend time with him.
And then about 8:30 we came back down, and I ended up freaking out the way. We had to stop twice so I could go to the bathroom, and I got a headache. I was just a nervous wreck.
We finally get to his house, and I have my sweats, my water bottle, everything that I need to watch a movie with his family. And he grabs all of it and he puts it back in the car, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm not going to wear a dress while we watch a movie. And he's like, I have a surprise for you, and he grabs my hand. And then I notice that there's these lanterns and a perfect pathway leading to his backyard.
And she sees the path. She's like, Michael, what is this? And I was like, come on, let's just go. You'll see when you get down there.
And I was just in shock. I couldn't move. He had to lead me the entire way. And as you go back further into his backyard, he has lights stringing from his balcony and everything. And
there's actually candles, and then we put Christmas lights, just white lights, in the snow, so the snow is lit up, and up my balcony or up the side of my house, so you could just see. It's just really pretty and really lit up nicely.
A perfectly shaped circle that they dug out, and it had a table with a bouquet of roses and Martinelli and the ring and a picture of us from high school. And
she sees the ring box, and she's just like, Michael, are you serious? What is going on?
When we got to the end of the pathway, he got down on his knee, and I wish I could remember what he said, but I still couldn't believe it.
I had this really good thing in my mind of what I was going to say to her, but when it got down to it, I freaked out and forgot everything. I just said I loved her. I've loved her since we were juniors. I still remember the first time I saw her, and I've always had a connection with her that I have never had with anyone else, and just grateful for her friendship and her love. And I think I said a few other things, but and then I just got down on my knee and proposed.
He's gonna tell you that I grabbed the ring, and before he could put it on,
before she said yes, she was already reaching for the ring, and she ended up pulling the ring out of the box.
But I couldn't wait. It was so pretty. I loved it. So I grabbed the ring and I put it on. Well, I didn't put it on, but I did grab the ring, and then he put it on.
We just kind of sat there for a while and talked and smiled and kissed, and then
it was so fun to wake up Christmas morning and to know that we're engaged, and to just spend that Christmas with each other's family and with each other. So it was perfect.
If we watch this 40, 50, 60 years from now, I just want to say thank you through all of these years, past and future, for always being my best friend and always being able to talk to me and listen to me and let me just kind of talk through my problems and what I'm going through at the time. Since I've known you to now, that has done so much for me, and I know that's going to be a huge blessing for me the rest of my life, to have someone like you as a companion right next to me, to be able to confide in and know that you're going to love me no matter what. I love you,
Michael, and I can't wait to be so to you for eternity. You're my best friend, and I am grateful for who you are and who you make me become, and I love you.
I will never stop choosing you, babe. I will never get used to you.